Hello students, very good morning to all of you. So let us start with the next topic, that is concept of floating and sinking. Before we start with this topic, let us try to understand some basic terms which are related with this topic. The first term related with this topic is upthrust, and second is weight of the body or object. First of all, students, this is a container and it is filled with liquid or water. Now, when an object is immersed in the liquid or submerged, there are two words. One is immersed, another is submerged. Immersed means body can be dipped completely, and submerged means some of the portion of the body is inside the liquid and some outside. Once again, students, there are two types of terms. One is immersed. In this case, I am just taking that the body is completely dipped in the water. Second case, I am taking that when some of the portion of the body is dipped inside the liquid and some is outside the liquids. It is just like this. I am taking the first case, immersed. Let this is a container and the body is immersed in it. Now the second case, submerged. Let some of the portion of the body is outside and some of the portion is inside the water. So for this we are using the term submerged. Okay students, so first of all we will take a case. Let the object is or a body is dipped or immersed in the water. Students, what will happen now? This body will exert its weight vertically downward direction. The weight of this body will act vertically downward direction, and that is represented with mg. Now there is a force which is experienced by this object in the upward direction. That force is known as upthrust. Once again, students, when an object is immersed or submerged in the liquid, it experiences a upward force, and that force is known as upthrust force. And this is also known as force of Buoyant force. You can write it. This is also known as buoyant force. Upthrust is also known as buoyant force or force of buoyancy. Okay students, so you have to understand this. Whenever the object is immersed or submerged inside the liquid, its weight acts vertically downward direction and the body experience upward force by the liquids in the upward direction, that is known as upthrust. Now, the next thing is, this is one container with me and this is the outlet of it. Now just fill it with water. And take one beaker on the other side. Now take one object and just dip it in the liquid. Let this object is dipped in the liquids. Now students, this portion of the object will occupy its space in the liquid. Now what will happen? The level of the water will rise and it will overflow and it reaches to this beaker. Now the upthrust, that is represented with FB. The upthrust which is experienced by this object in the upward direction, that is equal to the volume of the liquid displaced, by the immersed part of the object, or even you can write the weight of the liquid displaced, the volume of the liquid displaced by the immersed part of the object, that is also equal to weight of the liquid displaced. So students, what we have learned today what is upthrust, which is also known as buoyant force, and the weight of the body. Once again students, let me repeat this. In this activity, what I have done, I have taken one container and I filled it with water. Then I take one object and then I immerse it. So what happens? The weight of the immersed body always acts vertically downward direction. The weight of the body is always represented with mg, or W is equal to mg. M is the mass of the body and g is the acceleration due to gravity. Now this immersed body will experience a upward force which is applied by the liquid, and that force is known as upthrust or buoyant force. Now in the next activity, I have taken one container with one outlet. It is also halfly filled. When this body is immersed in the liquids, the water overflowed and then it reaches to the another beaker which is placed other side of the container. Now the upthrust experienced by this object which is immersed in the water, that is equal to the volume of the liquid, the volume of this liquid. This is the displaced liquid. Volume of the liquid displaced by the immersed part of the object, which is also equal to the weight of the liquid displaced. I hope you have understood the concept of what is upthrust and weight of the body. Now let us start with our today's topic, that is concept of floating and sinking. Okay students, there are three friends. There are three friends. 1, 2 and 3. Now the first two friends, they knows how to swim. What the third one does not know, the swimming. Now what will happen students? Take the first case. Let this friend swim on the surface of the water. Means now the question is how the first one friend is able to swim on the surface of the water. It means that we can take, it is only possible if the density of the object or this boy, I'm taking boy or object, you can take it boy. This letter is representation of density, or let me write it like this. Density of boy, that is equal to density of the liquid or water. In first case, I'm talking about this boy is able to swim on the surface of the water because the density of the body is equal to density of the liquid. In second case, he also knows how to swim. What he swims also inside the water. So in this case, the density of this boy, and this is the second boy and this is the first one. The density of the boy is less than the density of the water or liquid. Now in the third case of boys, in this case that the density of y is greater than the density of water or liquid. Means in the first two cases, the boys are floating on the surface of the water. What in the third case, the boy is sinking just because of density. Or even you can take an example of nail and ship. You might have experienced this thing in your life then that when the nail is thrown in the water, it sinks. What? The ship, the large one ship is floating on the surface of water. That is all due to the relative density. The nail sink because the density of the nail is more than the density of the water. Whereas the density of the ship is less than the density of the water. That is why it floats on the surface of the water. Now, so let us take a case 1 according to your book. This is a container and it is filled with water. Take one log of wood. It is floating on the surface. Since we know that the weight of the body always acts vertically downward direction, I am taking it W, and the up thrust acts in the upward directions, FB. So in this case the body is floating. The body is floating. So in this case, when the body floats, the weight of the body is equal to the up thrust, as we have done. In this case we were taking the density. So in this case I am also taking the weight and the up thrust. So weight is equal to up thrust. So the net force. Net force means, students, this is a table, and you are applying a 10 Newton force in this direction, and your friend who's sitting the other side of the table, he is also applying a 10 Newton force on it. What is the net force on it? The net force is 0, means 10 minus 10. 10 Newton force is applied by you, and the 10 Newton force is applied by your friend. So 10 minus 10 is 0. So in this case, the net force on the body is 0, since weight and up thrust is equal. So the apparent weight of the body. Apparent weight means the weight of the body inside the liquid. The weight of the body inside the liquid, that is equal to W minus F, that is 0. Or in other words, we can say that the apparent weight of a floating body is 0. Once again, the apparent weight of the floating body is 0. Now you can take in terms of density. So in this case, density of the object is equal to density of the water. Student, this is the sign of density. I am just going to write it here. This is the sign of density, and this is known as rho, RHO. So in this case, the density of the object is equal to density of water. Now move to the second case. Second, in this case, this is a container and the body is floating inside the water. So once again, the weight of the body always acts vertically downward direction, as I have explained to you. This is the weight, and the up thrust acts vertically upward direction. So in this case, students, some portion of the body is inside the water. So in this case, the weight of the body, that is less than the up thrust. Up thrust is more and the weight is less. And even the density of the object, that is less than the density of water. And as I told you in the first case, while floating, the apparent weight is 0. While floating, apparent weight is 0. So in this case also, apparent weight is 0. So students, in this case, the weight of the body is less than the upthrust. So the net force on the body acts upwards. Some part of the body will float above the surface of the liquids, and it happens when the density of the solid is less than the density of liquid, and while floating, apparent weight is 0 in this case also. Now students, only some portion of the body will immerse inside the liquid, by which the weight of the liquid displaced balance the total weight of the body. So simply you just remember it. So in this case, the weight of the body is less and the upthrust is more, and the body is floating and its apparent weight is 0. And in terms of density of the object is less than the density of water. Now move to the third case, case number 3. Case number 3. In this case, this is a container and it is filled with water and the body sink. Once again, the weight of the body is acting vertically downward direction and the upthrust acting in the upward direction. Now in this case, students, weight of the body is greater than the upthrust. That is why the body sink. In this case, the body sink. So whenever the body sink, it means that the weight of the body is greater than the upward force, that is upthrust force. So you can apply this logic in case of sinking of the nail. When the nail is thrown in water, it sink because the weight of the nail is greater than the upthrust force. And you can apply the logic in case of ship, floating of ship, that the weight of the floating ship is less than the upthrust force. Now again, in case of third, the body will sink to the bottom of the liquid under the effect of net force. What is the net force here? That will be W minus FB. This is the net force acting on the body. So in this case, in terms of density of the object, that is more than the density of the water. So I hope you must have understood this. You can go through the content of this topic of your books, and I hope you will be able to understand this. Now some applications are given. Application of flotation, like ice floats in water. I think if you are able to understand this concept, you will be easily able to answer all these questions. Like ice floats in water. So what is the logic? It means that the density of water is more than the density of ice. That is why ice floats on the water. Swimming in sea water, that I have explained to you. Then sailing of ship, that I have explained to you. You can go through it. Then the last one is hydrometer. Eighth application of flotation is hydrometer. This hydrometer is an instrument which is used to find the relative density of a liquid. And in order to find the density of the milk, that device is used that is known as lactometer. Lactometer used to find the purity of a milk is based on the principle of flotation. This is one of the most important. So you must remember it. Lactometer is the device which is used to find the purity of milk, and it is based on the principle of flotation. For example, you might be getting the milk from the outsiders, and when he came to deliver the milk, you can check the purity of milk with this instrument that is lactometer. So students, with this your theoretical part is over. Now straightway move to the exercise that is given at page number 31. 31, it is the first one is fill in blanks. A part, workout, page number 51. Page number 51. The first one is fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Now the answer of first one is, it is given equal masses of different substances may have different volume. The second one is equal dash of different substances may have different masses. That is also volume. The third one is the density of substance is defined as the mass per unit volume of the substance. Now the fourth is, if a body has mass m and volume v, then its density is given by, that is d is equal to m upon v. M is the mass and v is the volume. Now the fifth one is the unit of densities are, that is gram per centimeter cube and kg per meter cube. Now you can go through it. In the first fill-ups, it is volume, second is volume, third is volume, fourth is density is equal to mass upon volume. The fifth one is gram per centimeter cube and kg per meter cube. Now move to the B part of the exercise, that is true, false. The first one is the density of a substance is changed by change in its size or shape. Students, the density of the substance does not depend upon the size or shape. So this is a false statement. Now move to the next one. Normally density of substance is less in solid states, lesser in liquid state and least in gaseous states. This is true. The density of the substance is more in solid, less in liquid and least in gaseous states. Now the third one is the density bottle is a bottle having flexible volume of a liquid. Now this statement is also false. The density of the bottle is of definite volume. Now move to the fourth one. The relative density of a substance is defined as the ratio of the density of the substance to the density of water. This is true. Now move to the fifth one. Relative density has no unit. This is also true. This we have done already. Now you can go through it. The first one is false. The second one is true. Third one is false. Fourth one is true. And fifth one is true. Now move to the next, that is C part. Take the best choice. Now the first one is when a body is partially or completely immersed in a liquid, it experiences upward force to the liquid, beyond force, and then is upthrust. So the threes are the same terms. So the right answer is D. D is the right answer. Now the next is the beyond force depends on the volume of the body immersed in the liquid, the density of the liquid in which the body is immersed. The C is A and B, and A is none of this. The C is the right answer. Second, C is the right. So the upthrust beyond force means upthrust that depends on the that depends on the volume of the body immersed in the liquid and the density of the liquid in which the body is immersed. So the right answer is C, A and B. Now move to the third one. If the density of the body is more than the density of liquid, the right answer is A, it will sink. Now move to the fourth one. The density of a body is equal to or less than the density of liquid, the body will float. The answer is A, floats. Now move to the next one. A body floats with only that much portion of its submerged inside the liquid by which the weight of liquid displaced. The answer is balances the total weight of the body. So fifth answer is A. Now you can go through it. C part, the first one is D, second is C, third is A, fourth is A, fifth is A. Now the next question is define the law of flotation, apparent weight of floating body, density of liquid, relative density and specific gravity. That you can do of your own. Now move to the question number 7. Match the following. The first one, relative density, that is B number. Second one is sinks in water, that is D. Then the third one is floats in water. Once again students, relative density, that is B. Second is sinks in water, that is C. Floats in water, that is D. And the fourth one is density. Its SI unit given, that CGS unit is given, that is A. You can go through this also. Seventh, the first one matched with B, second one matched with C, third one matched with D, and fourth one matched with A. Now the next question is answer in few words. Students, as usual you are doing, you can do it of your own. In the next video we will do the numericals. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.